are the Upanishads directly written inside the Vedas? Are they part of the Vedas? Or are they written based on the knowledge of the Vedas?
Okay, let's be very clear. Let's tidy up. Now, the term Veda is derived from the Sanskrit root Veda. Ved means books of knowledge. So since some of the most ancient scriptures we find, holy books in the world, are the Rig Veda, for example, it's the Rig Veda. So the world recognizes that the Hindus have produced these scriptures, extremely ancient scriptures, trying to make sense of the world that we live in. And this is called the books of knowledge about nature of reality. This is the meaning of the word Veda, from the root Veda, knowledge about nature of reality, deeper vision. Okay. Now the Vedas themselves, then we kind of subdivide the Vedas into 4 sections: Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. Fine. Now, if you look at the Vedas, I was trying to study some of the Vedas myself, and sometimes I struggle. Because the early part of all the Vedas are nothing but hymns devoted to the forces of nature. So what are they doing? Agni and Vayu and Varun and what is all this about? And this, sun, etc. So the early part of the Vedas are purely hymns devoted to forces of nature. Now I, in a modern Hindu, have difficulty relating this idea of ultimate reality as forces of nature, because I can encounter and in a way harness the forces of nature without having to subscribe to singing the hymns to these forces of nature. So this is the first part. So I personally have a difficulty, and I think most people will have difficulty. The second portion of the Vedas, the second part, is the liturgy, the ritualistic aspect. The ancient Hindu was very keen to kind of devise specific rituals to try and become spiritual. This is called the Purva Mimamsa. It's a very major school of philosophy, again part of the Vedic scriptures. Second portion of the Vedas are, if you like, the liturgy, the rituals you must carry. What are these rituals about? They say this is the size of the altar. This is the kind of sacrifices you must make to the fire deity, because by offering this ghee and grains or whatever the deity, even animal sacrifice in earlier times, you get certain benefits. This was the second portion of the Vedas, the liturgy, the ritualistic aspect, the size of the altar, how should it be constructed, blah blah, etc. Again, for me as a modern Hindu, difficulty. I have difficulty, I don't need to do this ritualistic aspect of Vedas. Now the third portion of the Vedas, which is where the throbbing heart of Hinduism lies, is, if you like, in the Aranyak portion of the Veda. Aranyak means the things that were discovered in deep meditation. In the forest, people went in meditation and discovered deep truths regarding nature of reality. This contains the Aranyak. Now, even in the Aranyak, there are certain gems, glittering gems in the Vedic scripture, and these gems are called Upanishad. So they are already part of the Vedic literature. They are not being created out of Vedas. They are very much part of the philosophic heart of the Vedas. They are called the Upanishads. There are 108 Upanishads. I have read perhaps 10 of them. And these Upanishads, basically, what does Upanishad mean? Upanishad means, come near me, my friend. I'll destroy your delusion regarding nature of reality. It doesn't talk about gods and goddesses. Simply say, see this world you're so sure about? It's a delusion. Something underpinning this world. Come near me. I'll tell you what is the nature of reality. Now, any thinking person will say this is a good thing. So Upanishad are talking about nature of reality. What is this all about? Who am I? Big questions. It addresses the big question, not the small questions. I do certain rituals and appease the Agni Dev or what. This is not the serious part. The Upanishadic part says, what is the nature of reality? What is this all about? Who am I? What am I doing here? The big question that the modern people are still trying to struggle with is what the Upanishads are all about. Nature of reality. So this is the throbbing heart. So it's not something that, to study the Vedas and the Upanishads popped out. They are part of very much the throbbing heart of the Vedic scriptures.